to start off this little hodgepodge of a last part, first off there's the game changer. Since this game doesn't change its forbidden limited list like Duel Academy does, instead at the end, after you finish the main game, he, and by he I mean Chancellor Shepard, will allow you to have one forbidden card in your deck. So that's nice to know. And also, pretty much everybody has changed their decks by now. Most will carry 2 or 3 different decks usually. And, oh hey, this is just me showing off Para, but yeah, I used the cheat code to get up to level 29, because once you finish once you level up to 28, the next time you go into the shop, every single pack will be unlocked that you can. I remember the first time I finished the after game, I was mad to see that, and then the second time I finished the after game, I just used the cheat, and I had a lot of fun, and I'm having a lot of fun right now. And this is just me going through all of the duelists. I'm pretty sure this is every duelist minus one. That's Professor Banner. You can duel him in the north at night. So I was just showing that real quick. I beat Chaz 29 times and he still hadn't registered me. And I finally got him to register me today after my, get this, 43rd victory. I remember never being able to register him the first time I went through the game out, but that is just unhealthy how many times I had to beat him. So literally the only 2 duelists I have yet to register that I know for a fact I can register are Esther and the Admiral. Not to mention I have gotten almost every single card from the card packs minus 1. Oh yeah, and in case you didn't see that move there, I'd actually bought out, thanks to all the level up money, the packs, and I was just going through these, showing like almost all of these cards are new, and it's amazing to see what cards were kept from you for so long. And now I finally have access to them, and you know, I would wonder how I would deal with this if I had a physical copy of the game. I don't know if, I mean, I know the level up cheat code doesn't exactly work. I guess I'll just have to use the instant win code. Oh well. But yeah, I mean, I could very well easily I could ask for this for Christmas. I mean, it is that time of year. But, you know, I'm getting a lot for Christmas. I already know most of my presents, but it's fine. I mean, to be honest, I am going to sound a little bit cheesy and corny whenever I say you do feel a lot better giving presents than you do getting them, because I can actually get most of the stuff I want at any time. My parents are usually pretty good about that. But, sorry, thoughts aren't exactly straight. It's that time of the year. But until then, I have this. I have 96%. I bet it would be 97 once I finish the pack cards. 96% of every card in the game, meaning I think the only way I can get the remaining cards are by presents from Duelist. If you duel a certain person enough, then you can usually get a rare card. I think it's easier with Jerry Beans Man as your spirit. And I just had to show this because first off I got all the lists, and then I seriously was wondering how many times I would get a special card because of how many packs I bought. Yeah, you see I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got him registered really quickly. I mean, look at that. Which is great because you have to duel him a bunch to get the Sacred Beast cards. And, you know, there's always the letter you get whenever you register a duelist. But, you know, I decided to film this episode today because, first off, it's a little bit of a hodgepodge, and I was, like, showing off everywhere. I just showed the Coliseum and the Spirit Gate location. Here's me dueling Jaden. And then he immediately registers me after that, which is odd, but hey, I'm fine with that. Here's me showing off Atticus, who thankfully I was able to get registered not too terribly long after. Then this is the Dragon Piper spirit, which last I checked was actually somewhat of a hard spirit for some people to find. And there I am just dueling it. I lost that duel. He has a really good black Force of Flame Dragon deck. And here I'm just showing off a couple. Sorry if I'm just commentating on what I'm doing, but you know, people who are watching this are like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, you can always duel Abydos at the lighthouse at the very end of the day, like when the day bar is at the very right. There's Aster. I was showing off that you can get the abandoned dorm as well as the castle, where you can duel Titan and Hamula, respectively. And then here's me showing off what has got to be the most insane card set ever. I had a level up dragon, like level up deck of the Armed Dragon series, the Sound Magician series, and the Force of Black Flame Dragon series, and I was able to get all of my strongest cards all at once. I even had a wave motion cannon, which is actually pretty useful for those really long drawn out duels whenever you get it. And here's me using a 7400 power Dark Paladin. Yeah, that was a really fun duel. This next event I actually didn't know happened, but now I use it pretty often. You can actually duel Abydos outside of the lighthouse. Didn't really know that. This deck isn't too bad. It's pretty faithful to the one in the actual series. Oh yeah, here's me showing off Banner. It's funny, on this save file, because yes, I have multiple attempts at this, I believe I beat Banner in like a insane amount of time. Yeah, I was just showing off I have 2 Dark Paladins on my 9th turn. They were both really strong. Yeah, it's only 1 card, but still, I mean, when you have 2 really good, 2 of the same copy of a really good card, you had to show that. And I also show off just the Baby Source Spirit. Yeah, I won. What I was trying to say was I won to Banner in that attempt, but then I lost in the current save file I have. So I have this 0-1 thing going on. And in case you can't tell from the deck name, yes, I'm doing Dark Zane with a Vehicroid deck. This deck was really interesting. At first I tried making it like my usual decks. It's like 70 plus cards, and I was like, no, this isn't working. So eventually I get it down to about 60 cards of a much more focused deck. And I still found it wasn't working. And I kept on going on and off again about this. But my main point is I use this deck against Dark Zane this second go round. And I had to say, it was a much better duel. He was able to do a lot more. The duel was a lot more interesting. You know, just general stuff like that makes for a good duel. There was a lot of back and forth between us. Even though he was able to summon Chimera Took Over Dragon on the first turn again. And now that I think about it, his Overload Fusion's kind of worthless now. I don't think he has many cards in his hand anyway. So, yeah, I've officially run out of stuff to talk about. Good thing I always have a handy-dandy list available for, stuff to talk about. I literally named the file stuff to talk about. What else have I been watching recently, in terms of movies? Well, I have movies I want to watch, and I have been watching the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy again. Those are really good movies. I don't like the fourth movie, so sorry people who do, but I just don't. So, yeah, both of the movies are aging pretty well. I haven't quite gotten to see the third movie again yet, because I'm just, watching with my dad on our downtime. And since the holidays, there's kind of been a lack of that. Let's see. The duel's not really interesting right now. I mean, oh yeah, I think I remember. He does use Overload Fusion again to create a second Chimera Takeover Dragon. At least I hope I'm remembering that correctly. Otherwise, I didn't really say much that was interesting. Okay, sorry. I'm really bad with thinking. I have watched the 1947 version of Miracle on 34th Street, because, I mean, come on, it's the holidays, and I haven't seen that movie, and I saw the 1990s remake with Matilda being the main protagonist, and I was interested. It looked like a really good movie. So, I watched the 1947 version. It was really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. Can't really say anything bad about it. I mean, the Technicolor was good. The plot was interesting. There's a lot of good things about it. I haven't seen the 1990s version, and I have seen like about half of it. So I can say so far, like the first half, I mean, so far it's been keeping pretty good with the original version. But we'll have to see about that. I mean, I'm one of those people who believe that a remake doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly what it was before, or a reboot, or an adaptation. That's actually one part of my opinion spiel I want to talk about. I mean, really, all I have to say is older does not mean it's better. And, personally, I've seen some really stupid opinions out there regarding, say, the 1998 version of Godzilla, the American Godzilla, and the really mean nicknames that come afterwards. And, not to necessarily say if you don't think the same as I do, you're wrong. I just think there are some people with some stupid opinions out there. So, yeah, I'm not gonna slam on people who like the older Godzilla movies versus the 1998 newer Godzilla movies, because I think pretty much everyone agrees on the the TV show that came afterwards was actually really good, especially compared to the 70s cartoon that came afterwards. And would you look at that? I actually got a Chimera Tech. Wait, it was the same deck. But yeah, I got a Chimera Tech Over Dragon out. Got a 20 fusion of it. And with that, we end the series.